Alright guys, so welcome back to another comic review, and this is a book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. And today we're going to be talking about Batman Off-World. Batman Off-World is one of Jason Aaron's first DC books, and I think this is his only Batman book so far. He's been doing a lot of Superman. He's also one of those writers who's doing one of those non-exclusivity contracts, which I really do like. I really do appreciate that, like, there are still some writers who are allowed to jump over both sides of the fence. Not to say, like, hey, if you do an exclusivity contract, like, you're bad for it. I mean, get paid, dude. I'm all for, writers getting paid and whatnot. I just kind of like it when you're when writers get to jump on both sides of the fence, and write both characters. Anyway, so this was a book sent to me by my friend Chris. I think I mentioned that, but thank you as always, brother. So let's talk about Batman Off-World. This is by, like I said, Jason Aaron with artwork by Doug Mahnke, who is a notable Batman artist. Like, he's one of those, like, solid DC artists. He's mostly done a lot of Batman, but he has worked on other books before. Like, of course, he did that run with Green Lantern with Geoff Johns. So Doug Mahnke is a notable DC artist. And I was really curious to read this book. I mean, not to say, like, Batman hasn't gone into space before. Let's be real, he has. But it was like, I was always curious to see where he was going to have what Batman was going to do in a space story by himself. So the comic is that Batman has ended up in a place called the Slag Galaxy, which is like this way out west kind of, it's like this kind of old, it's kind of like this lawless part of the galaxy, which take your pick, there's everywhere, in especially in DC Galaxy stuff. And he's been taken by a being called Captain Sin, and is forced to be part of this group called the War Chasers, which are these enforcers for a mining empire. We don't now. If you're wondering, are we going to get like other space characters? Is Lobo going to show up? Is Hawkman going to show up? Are we going to get like Mongol or no? There are species that are related to them, but we don't get anything else, which I kind of like. Like, there's a part of me that really does enjoy the idea that this doesn't need other DC characters to be part of it. The galaxy is big enough. I'm glad Jason Aaron didn't do that. And the other thing is, too, this is supposed to be year 2 Batman. Yeah, this isn't like Batman in like his like current Batman. This is like Batman in his second year. And the reason why he's doing this is because while in Gotham and he was battling the Irish mob, Bruce comes upon an alien, and he doesn't know how to fight him, and he gets his ass kicked. So in Batman's whole thought process, he's like, the only way I'm going to beat this alien is if I go into space and find his species and learn how to beat him there. So yeah, he becomes enslaved, and from there, he also encounters a Tamaranian named Ione and becomes his love interest, and also befriends a wolf, a kind of wolf-like creature, and a robot named Punchbot. It's a great little cavalcade of characters. This comic does not take itself seriously. Like, if you were expecting like something like Jason Aaron doing his Thor run or something along those lines, I hate to tell you this is just Jason Aaron being a goober. Like, that's really that's kind of the whole bit of the comic, is that it's just Jason Aaron being goofy. It really kind of mixes in a lot of like space opera stuff. Like, this is clearly like Batman being in a Flash Gordon story. That's really what it is. Is like, what if Flash Gordon but with Batman? There's some great fights in it, and Doug Mahnke's artwork. I kind of like the combination of Doug Mahnke with Jason Aaron. It really kind of works. I'd love to see Mahnke and Aaron collab on another comic. I would absolutely adore the idea of I would absolutely love that idea of having them come back together to do another comic together. I think that would be a lot of fun. So anyway, the comic also has like a whole thing of Bruce fighting his way through all of these forces because he wants to learn how to beat this species of alien that he encountered. And the captain of these war chasers, Sin, is kind of the big antagonist, at least for the first part of this book. Yeah, the comic, for a 6-issue miniseries, it breaks off into like 2 acts. Act 1 is just basically Bruce like well, I'm here to train and learn how to fight this species of alien, and now my job is done, but now I learn, this mining empire is evil, and I don't feel right leaving them. Which is kind of funny because Bruce does have, as Bruce goes on in life, like, you clearly see it's not our problem, Gotham's my problem. Um, yeah. But it's interesting because, like I said, this is year 2 Batman, and he's still, like, trying to figure himself out. And there's even points where Bruce is like, I've only been doing this for 2 years, and now I'm in fucking space. I'm in space fighting aliens that aren't even, like, aware of Earth. What am I doing? There's even a moment where he's like, I should just stop. Like, I should just stop the whole, go back to Gotham, get therapy. Just, I don't know what I'm doing. But of course that gets put the kibosh on because, Bruce can't help but get some, get a pep talk from Ione, who, yeah, this is what happened. This is what good Tamaranian pussy does to a man. I'm just saying. I just asked Dick Grayson. Anyway, like I was saying, the other major thing with this comic is that the second half is Batman, like I said, trying to overthrow a mining group led by these siblings called Wrath and Whisper, who, they're not really all that intimidating, TBH. They're just kind of there to be, the second half antagonist. I feel like Aaron was like, crap, I finished my story and I still got 3 more issues. Not to say it's badly paced. I'm gonna say that right now. And I also like the idea that Batman, like, inspires a galaxy, like, wherever he goes. Like, Batman's an ideal. Although that's more of Superman, really. So, but yeah. Also, there's a lot of Bat-God stuff going on here. Like, Batman just beating people because he's Batman. I always hate that. Like, how a Whisper has this ability to, like, drive you insane and kill you with his whispers, but Batman just powers through it and actually beats Whisper by whispering back, I'm Batman. I'm like, okay. I mean, I accept it for the comic that we have here. That's kind of the thing, is that, I'm more accepting of it because of the comic we're dealing with here. It's Batman in space doing, space Conan stuff. And that's kind of it. But there are moments where I'm just like, okay, Aaron, this is some Bat-God shit, and or whatever. But I'm willing, and usually I don't like that because, again, it's just, fuel for the diehard Batman fanboys to just be like, yeah, Batman can beat anybody. But here I accept it because this comic just does not take itself seriously at all. This is just Jason Aaron having fun. It's not like one of his deep epic sagas like Thor or Conan. This is just Jason Aaron wanted to write a goofy story of Batman in space, and I accept it. So do I recommend it? Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's like I said, Jason Aaron clearly just gives no fucks here, and I like it. So once again, I'd like to thank my good friend Chris for sending me this comic, and you guys tell me in the comments below. What if you've read Batman Off-World? Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.